Here's another reason that depersonalization realization may have temporarily shut off, but you're not fully recovered yet, and the symptoms will come back, even if you don't think that they will, because I get it. Whenever the symptoms are gone, you think you're fully recovered. That happened to me whenever I did acceptance, or I would get some reassurance. But because I never dealt with the chaos happening in my body, the symptoms always came back. Sometimes it took a couple years for them to come back. But you may not believe me now, but I'm telling you, you're going to believe me in the future. If you don't do the body work, your results are not going to last, okay? But the next thing is distraction. Distraction creates this illusion of recovery. Because what ends up happening is you're so separated from your body and the present moment that the circuit breaker of DPDR doesn't need to kick in to separate you from the pain of being embodied or the pain of being in the present moment, because you're not even in the present moment anymore. You're not in your body anymore. You could see DPDR as like a circuit breaker, okay, in a house. So if there's a power surge, the circuit breaker kicks on to disconnect the appliances to prevent burnout, okay? Well, DPDR are your brain's circuit breaker. And whenever you're overwhelmed in your body, especially if you feel trapped or overwhelmed, if you're overwhelmed in your life, your brain has a procedure for that. It's part of the freeze response, which is technically preparation to be eaten by some sort of apex predator. Just in case you get eaten, you won't feel it as much. But it's your brain trying to separate you. It's also called dissociation, which comes from a Latin root word that means to sever or separate. It's your brain separating you from your body and from your life. So that way, if you're being eaten by a lion, you don't feel it as much. But if you're not even in your body and you're not even in your life because you're distracting 24/7, the circuit breaker doesn't need to kick on to dissociate you, because there's no pain that you're experiencing that would cause your brain to need to dissociate you. But that only lasts as long as you stay distracted. And the moment that you stop distracting, zoom, you're going to become interoceptive. This is the experience of the embodied self. You're going to have to face what's happening in your life, which sometimes is a toxic or abusive environment or all kinds of situations that you're not addressing, and the symptoms are going to kick back in. And for a lot of people, this doesn't work ever because there's just too much buildup in their life and body. But for the people that it does work, now you have to have the endless draining task of trying to stay distracted all the time. I just worked with a client. In fact, she's still working with me now. She literally spent 11 years trying to distract her mind. And she was talking about how she would tell her friends, like, hey, sorry, I got to stay distracted. She would constantly be reading or be on her phone or doing this thing or that. It's exhausting to try to maintain that, okay? And plus, you're missing out on the joy of being safely embodied, which is what allows you to be in the present moment, okay? So distraction doesn't work. And it's not dealing with the root, even if the symptoms are temporarily shut off. It's because of numbness, not because you've actually recovered.